Don't you fools get it? I am the patron you should worry about angering.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Deadlock Ridealong, a series where I, a low eternus chud, go over my thought process and decision making in a game of Deadlock. Wait. What? Hello? Ranked update. They reset my rank? I'm gonna have to climb back to eternus? Oh, well, that's good to hear. It'll give me a reason to play this game again. Anyways, today on the chopping block is Doorman, a character who is very misunderstood in the way he is played and operated, and who actually just got nerfed. But the playstyle that got nerfed is not the one that I am showcasing in this video, so it's completely fine. For the purposes of me, the only nerf to Doorman was this small range nerf on his doors. In all other aspects, the way I play this character is basically untouched, and that's the way I originally planned on showcasing anyways. All audio for this video was recorded before these Doorman nerfs, but like I said, nothing really changes. The only thing you now have to do is ignore the part where I say, I'm gonna place a door here just in case I see the opportunity to kidnap somebody under Walker, because that strategy is now completely dead. But like I said, it's fine for me, because I always thought that strategy was terrible. Anyways, enjoy the video. Alright, let's go ahead and get this game started. I usually freehand builds, but I'll go ahead and make a build for you guys so you can do what I do. The only thing I dislike about this build is that I don't get, what is that item called? Recharging Rush, I think. It's a good item, but I just never end up buying it. This game starts off wonderfully with my blue lane instantly dying. And we are matched up against a Warden and an Infernus. For Doorman, that's like a completely fine matchup. It is pretty terrible for my Billy though, but I'm just gonna go ahead and clear the creeps as best I can and try to get set on fire. I'm just gonna hanging out until I get my 4.8 spike, because that 4.8 spike with rapid burst and extra range is really good. It starts chunking people. Go ahead and try and cart that Warden into the Guardian. He goes for the heavy melee and baits my parry. My Billy comes in, cleans up for me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and head back to base to heal. Now what ended up happening is a massive wave of minions grouped up on the Guardian. I don't know exactly how this happens, but sometimes it does. And because they're two M1 characters and we don't have the wave clear, they end up getting our Guardian at 3 minutes in, which is, you know, not ideal, but it happens. So, from this point on, we are just going to farm the wave and box farm. Head over to the secret shop, pick up some Mystic Burst, and I mean, I'm just gonna box farm to the max for the next 5 minutes. There's a video by, I don't remember the fellow's name, but I will leave a link to the video in the description. He's like, is it Wander? I don't even remember, but he was talking about just box farming on Ivy and how more players need to box farm. And he's like a higher eternus level than me, and you should watch that video, it's good. So, while we're just box farming for the max, our Warden rotates over into blue lane and starts ganking our Celestian Drifter, which, you know, it would be nice to help them, but I'm busy getting rich off these boxes. Come over to blue lane, take the small camp. Try and cart that Victor, but he jumps over it. Drifter helps clean up the kill on that Victor. Pick up Rapid. I still don't have the 4.8 with range, but just Rapid and Burst is going to make these belts chunk. Now this is a prime example of why I try and throw bells down and go and farm boxes between the bell explosions, because you can see how much damage I take from that camp there. I'll explain what I mean better later when I have a good example. Basically what I mean is you want to throw bells down so that it can instantly explode the camp and you take less damage. The Warden is still rotating over, and this Infernus went and farmed his jungle, so we get an opportunity to push this Guardian. He comes in ulting. I think this guy doesn't know what the Baroness is. Lock him up in there, put a bell down, and try and luggage cart him away from his Guardian. Billy ults. And we go ahead and get a kill for it. And he drops a bag, which we desperately need. Now, check this out. They got our Guardian minute 3, and instead of pushing lane and box farming, or even clearing out jungle camps like we did, their Infernus stayed green to solo farm, and their Warden rotated off to go gank mid and yellow. And look at our soul count by the end of the 8-minute mark when both the Guardians are destroyed. I'm 6.9k, my Billy's 5.8k. Box farming and hitting wave netted us more money in the laning stage than going and ganking. This Warden, I don't know how many kills he got ganking. Maybe it was 1, maybe an assist. Splitting the wave in mid between him, Rim, and Victor has left all 3 of them so poor. Their Warden is the only one with 5k between the 3 of them, and the Victor has 4.4 and the Rim has 4.9. Going and ganking that early and splitting the wave between the 3 of you is just so bad. So we get that Guardian. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Mystic Expansion for my 4.8 and Trophy Collector. Trophy Collector is so good on Doorman. I never follow builds, but I was looking at the build browser for Doorman, and it was a little surprising how few builds called for Trophy Collector. Getting 16 stacks on it for the range is just so good for the doors. So we're pushing this wave. Try and jump this Infernus, but he keeps on backing. Chunk him a little bit more. This is as far as we can push the wave, so it's time to grab a couple boxes. I noticed that he can't hit my Billy, so there's no fear in my heart to hit the jump pad and run away with him. I see that somebody took the medium creeps from the centers here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a door down to give myself a barrier for the center sacrifice. That right there is like the actual reason I started playing Doorman. When I saw that in Night Shift, I was like, wait a minute, this character can get center sacrifices for free? That's actually broken. Minute 8, it's like a really good idea to either go steal their doubles or the solo center on the opposite side of blue lane. Invading jungle and stealing centers as Doorman is like your top priority, or should be at least your top priority. So I'm just farming, get the mid boxes, which nobody ever gets. It's so good. Gives you more souls on average than center sacrifice. Go ahead and get my max spell, which is very important. And I'm just on wave duty at the moment. See a fight's happening in yellow though, and I need some trophy stacks, so head over yellow. See that I can get behind him with a quick door. Try and Baroness him for the kill, but we already cleaned it up. Thankfully, Baronessing people like that doesn't make it go on cooldown. I don't know if it ever did or not. I'm looking to buy superior cooldown, but I realize I don't have 3,200 to buy the whole thing outright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start looking for some more boxes. Set up a door for blue, even though I don't really like Kidnap Doorman. I think it's not the greatest way to play the character, but Joe Chuck might disagree.
Go in on the Warden.
This Warden pretty much wasted his ult, so trying to chase him down, Baroness him.
Green, what's your problem? Baroness opens its arms for you.
Place a bunch of bells down to try and get the kill for it. This Rim ults us. Wake up in time to explode the bells.
Green rift maybe? Perhaps? Snow? Okay.
Trying to place the door through this veil and it's just not working because as much as I'd love to get some trophy stacks, we don't have wave on the walker, so I gotta fall back and get that real quick. I want to clear that wave too, but I'm needed on the rift, so come over here. Trying to see if I can get an angle to cart this guy off the rift, and I end up getting it, although he would have died soon anyways. Shut out and get hyperlined by the Bebop bomb. It happens. Now that I have max spells and I can set them up with Hotel Guest, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Slowing Hex. Always, always, always Slowing Hex before you Baroness somebody for guaranteed failure on checkout. If they have the spell or something, it won't work obviously, but for a long time you can just Slowing Hex people and get a guaranteed failure. Come over and get another free Sinners. Ram tries to challenge me, throw a bell at his face, because he needs to get out of here. Stupid little child. Clears a little minion wave, and then it's back to farming the jungle. Some people have some opinions on who should farm jungle and who should take centers. I've been yelled at for taking a centers as an Apollo. I never played another MOBA, but this is not League of Legends or Dota or Here's the Storm or whatever inferior game. This is Deadlock. Everybody can take centers. Everybody can take jungle. If you watch a player like Zergy, you'll see that he, on no matter the character, is just always farming jungle between going and fighting in team fights or something like that. So this is what I was talking about earlier when farming jungle camps. You want to place a bell down and then walk around and do some boxes, and then when your bell's off cooldown, come back and throw another one so you can instantly kill the jungle camp. Pick up range. I don't know exactly what I should get first. Range, boundless, or tank buster. This game, I guess I got range first. Slowing Hex this Lash, and I don't even need a bell to kill him. Trying to place a door, but sometimes it just bugs out. So annoying. I'll just walk my ass over to blue. Put a bell down.
It's huge. Where's Warden? They'll go down here.
See if I can kidnap him. Almost get it actually. And me and the Slash are now chasing this Warden. His kinetic dash gave him away. Thought he might have went right side, but he did end up going left to try and juke us.
The darkness creeps ever closer.
He cast Majestic Leap to give himself like an extra 400 or 500 barrier, but it's not enough. And then there's this conveniently placed door to take me back to spawn so I could buy, but then I noticed I need to pick up yellow, so I go ahead and do that. Put a bell down, head over, and start farming some boxes. My greedy fat William wants to take the camp for me though, even though I've clearly already claimed it, but it's whatever. Using these zip lines to get around the map faster. When at all possible, you should really just hop on the zip line, press crouch to preserve your momentum, and hit an air dash.
In this game, let me have it.
See this Warden? Think we can get him, throw a bell to soften him up so that the hotel guest can actually kill him. Slowing Hex, Hotel Guest. Hang out with this Aaron Fairfax fellow for a little bit. And execute the Warden. And walk out of the Baroness into a hydrogen bomb. I don't really think I'm going to get any of these kills, but I would like to walk around and get some assists for Trophy Collector. You might think I'm going to buy, but no, we have terrible wave management, so I gotta go clean up yellow. It's not even a rim, we just have brick macro, but they're not pushing it, which means they also have brick macro, so I know I can split push this walker for a decent amount. I'm not really interested in dying at all, so I'm just gonna get out of there instantly. Hop over to blue. I can hear the rim stealing my centers, so smack it, stop it from going into his pocket at the very least. And then I always gotta be the one cleaning up the wave. Pick up another camp. Silver comes by, takes the boxes I was gonna grab. It happens, it's whatever. And go back to pushing the wave. Get my max door, so now kidnapping people is a much bigger threat. I'm looking to get this Bebop for sure, because he's stealing my souls, but I'm not trying to get caught out, so I'm gonna get mid boxes in the meantime. Not looking to get caught out and jumped, so as soon as I see the Lash, I'm just gonna back up. Head over to Secret and get Stamina Mastery. I don't know why more people aren't getting this item on Doorman. Like I said, I was looking at some builds and I saw somebody get Enduring Fortitude for their 4.8 spike, but Stamina Mastery is just so much better. This Warden is ulting. He's a big target to Baroness when he doesn't have max ult because it doesn't give him unstoppable, and can also save teammates like I just did there. My Drifter actually would have died. He was on 1 HP.
Oh my fucking god, my team is so cool.
Put a door down so we can split push this walker. This Infernus comes ulting. Just gonna back out real quick. Go back in, hitting accidental edge boost, bait that Bebop to coming out too. Then I go back in for real, get the walker, and then just leave. This Victor is definitely killable. I don't have Baroness, but I can slowing hex him so he can't run away from my team. He dies in the teleporter mid reanimation, and I actually don't know if he is going to teleport while casting it or he's going to stay dead and not TP. So instead of hopping in the teleporter and catching him faster, I opt to walk around this corner and block LOS of his ult. But if I knew he was going to teleport, I would have just hopped in the teleporter with him so I could chase him down easier. That's something to note for the future. So, me and my Celeste chase him down. I can get a few light melees in the back of his head while I'm chasing him down, so I go ahead and do that. Let's condition him to know that I melee, so he tries to parry it, but I know that's coming. You can't just light melee somebody in the back of the head forever, so I wait out his parry. And then I'm a little low, so it's time to head back to spawn. I never buy Fortitude on Doorman, but I do think it's a really good option, just so you can stay out in the map for longer, and instead of like going back, you can just box farm. Head over to the secret shop, realize I can't buy anything, so just get out of there. Mid's about to have a wave crashing, so rotate over, shoot this camp in the meantime, because you can never have enough money. I noticed on the map that my silver is trying to jump a Lash, so I'm gonna use the zip line to head over to my silver. Set a door up because it actually is pretty far now, but I decided not to because it is a little too far.
Ready to pick a fight.
Slowing hex this Lash and put a door down. He fails to check out, and I get my Baroness back, and then I only need one bell plus a cart to kill him, because Lash is actually pretty squishy. They call for mid, but they're also pushing a walker at the same time, but I'm pretty confident we can get this mid boss with just me and Billy. It is pretty bad that our mid wave isn't clear at all, because it means they do have access to zipline to contest, but they don't really have anything to contest. Their Infernus ult is down, and their Rim was dead, and nobody else on their team has anything. Have the teleporter, had a flank behind the Victor and Rim.
That green buff was promised to me 3,000 years ago.
We, for some reason, all back out of the rift. Maybe I should have been in there, but mistakes happen. See that this Rim is walking around, so slowing hex him. It's pretty rare that somebody can check out if they're slowing hexed, but it does happen. It pretty much always guarantees that you'll get your Baroness back, which is so broken. I mean, the fact that Doorman is allowed to get Baroness back if somebody fails the checkout is just crazy.
Warden is majestic leaping in the hair.
Push out this blue wave, and I can see that my drifter is getting jumped by this Infernus. So I get to the halfway point with a dash off the zipline, and then I'm just going to instantly travel the remaining distance with a couple doors. Baroness him. He says that he has silence, like that's gonna matter. Newsflash, buddy. I'm launching missiles, they're not bells. This Lash might hyperline me, so as soon as I hear the grapple, I immediately jump off. And then he's just running. He's scared of Drifter and me.
It's going this way.
He ends up getting hyperlined by either me or the Drifter. I don't know if it was my Bell or the Drifter, but I slowing hex him anyways, even though after a hyperline there's no way he's getting out of the Baroness. My Drifter kills the Victor, good on him. And then the Rim just gives up on life. Or maybe he started having a seizure, I don't know. I was gonna let him live, because this is just a standard match, but my Drifter had other plans. So we're gonna go ahead and start sieging their base. My Billy and Silver have already begun getting the shrines, and we're just gonna take out these base guardians. Very underrated thing, getting the base guardians so that you can get fast zip lines. Go ahead and place a door down just in case we need it. Even though I don't really have any intention of calming that we can get to the safety door. We're deciding if we want to stay or not, and it looks like we're backing up. Ult the Warden and the Unstoppable and cast saves me from the Lash ult. There's too much heat, so I can't place some bells down and get the kill on the Warden now. And we have a little team fight. It looks like it's going our way. But after it's all said and done, it's Bebop and Victor versus me and Celeste. My Celeste tries and gets the Bebop, but I go ahead and try and get the Victor. It's a pretty bad matchup for me because I'm out of bells and I don't really have the damage to deal with the Victor. I've thrown so many light melees at this Victor. He realizes that I light melee a lot and he parries my light melee. He doesn't queue up the first heavy melee in time though, so you can't get the second one off, and I parry him. So we back up. I want to go ahead and grab this gun buff so nobody else can get it. As much as I'd like to get these doubles, I'm a little low and I don't want to greed for them. So I'm going to come down here, blow up this medium, and then actually have enough time to place the door down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, even though I don't really need any more money at this point. I'm kind of full build. So now we're just going to push waves, make sure they can't get our walker, and we're just going to wait for a pick to present itself. Getting both their shrines was big. I mean, we also dropped their patron, so if they lose one more fight, they lose the game. But getting both shrines is extremely, extremely detrimental to your odds of coming back in the match. Getting super minions just on one wave basically means that you have a 7th person on your team perma pushing waves, but getting both so you get super minions all 3 waves is even worse. It's very rare that a team comes back if a shrine gets destroyed. I see that I might be able to get a pick on that Lash, so I go ahead and try and get him, and then I have to go back and catch the wave, and there's a rift forming, and I make a horrible, horrible decision by staying for this rift and not calming it with my team. I either should have went with my team or calm that we should just do the rift, but we shouldn't have done the rift anyways because they would have had resistances. You should almost never fight when a team has rift resistances because it's just so hard to fight it. And they end up winning that fight because our Doorman wasn't there. If somebody's on your team and they're like way further ahead than everybody else, never team fight without them. Try and be aware of that.
Until my allies return.
It's fine. I believe in my Doorman.
Guys, why did we fight without our Doorman?
My bad, bro. I'm
So the
sorry,
Doorman
Pops.
can make a crazy, insane play for mid right now.
I don't even have Vortex Web, bro.
Sell something.
Hell no.
Sell everything.
Sell
Yo,
it,
keep that,
sell
bro. Do
it
it.
for
One of
us,
those.
bro.
I'm actually
Make a
about to go
play
back to
in a
our own
clip,
green.
bro.
Oh, yeah,
I wanted to see
you're
it.
right.
Wait, the back door.
Holy
It could
shit,
be crazy.
the genius.
Wait.
So they're gonna go ahead and get mid, and because of our super minion spammer pushing wave, I see an opportunity to go backdoor on green.
The rejuvenator is
I almost get it. If I was a different character, like an Ivy, I actually might have been able to do it, but it's just not in the cards. If it was just one person coming back, I actually could just hotel guess them and maybe get it, but the Warden came back to also give resistance, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get out. So they're even in souls and they have a rejuve now. But honestly, I'm not worried at all. We have 2 walkers and their bases dropped, so I'm really not too worried about them doing anything with mid-boss. And I mean, my Celeste agrees. He says they're not going to do anything with this rejuve. So just going to rotate around and clear some waves. My team goes and dies on green, which I don't know what they did that for. They just needed to push back. They can take a walker, but I'm going to go ahead and come in and stop them from pushing any further because I don't want them to get too big in their britches. They're still like behind, even if they're not technically behind on the scoreboard. Ult this Victor when he's high up there, which kind of sucks. He does end up dying and getting his ult out. But then he just pops refresh. Slash ult comes, just gonna dodge it with the door, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and back up. Their rejuve expires, but at some point, several small team fights happened, and we ended up not coming out on top. But we're still in an extremely favorable position. I didn't get to mention it, but very often, if a team gets mid-boss, but the opposing team has a Doorman with a setup like mine, with like trophy collector stacks and greater expansion on doorway, they'll often just be scared to push in general because Doorman is one of the few characters that can secure 2 kills with rejuve via kidnapping into your base's fountain. And now that the walkers have been destroyed except for yellow, I'm just kind of set up for that because frankly I think kidnapping under walkers is completely LARP. Usually when I do it, the walker stomp just misses. The cart will just slide past the walker. It won't get a stomp. People just escape half the time. I think it just sucks. I think the only version of kidnapping that's actually decent is the one where you kidnap them in the fountain. But I mean, Joe Chuck would disagree and he's a higher rank than me. So play Kidnap Doorman if you want. Keep my character's win rate low. I'm fine with that. Having a secure kill with Bells, Slowing Hex, and Baroness is just so much better. Anyways, my Drifter's starting to get jumped, so I'm gonna go ahead and head over and try and help him out. Get the kill on the Bebop, and we clean up the kill on that Infernus. I'm worried about getting caught out and Lash ulted because of that lightning scroll stun on the Warden, but I do end up being able to get behind that bit of map geometry and don't get pulled out by the Lash ult, which is lucky because sometimes Lash will just pull you out even if you do get behind map geometry in time. Chase down this Lash, slowing hex him, and put him in the Baroness. He gets out in time, so my Baroness doesn't get off cooldown, but it's fine because we end up winning the game.
Another satisfying day.
And that's how I play Doorman. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider liking, commenting, subbing. There's a Discord server in the description for some free coaching if you would like it, or you can just join to hang out with some really cool people. Alright, anyways, that's it for me. Bye-bye.